Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's DoubleDose K's. You're here with your girl Kaduce. And finally, y'all, I'm gonna tell you guys my birth story. I literally was like, I was gonna make a video. Then I was like, your girl don't got time. Let me just go live. Because you guys know I have 3 kids now. Two under two. So editing a video was not for me. So good thing me and my sisters took videos throughout the process. So here I am to tell you guys my birth story. And yes, welcome back. And thank you guys for your continued support. And I will be right back to show you guys or tell you guys and show you guys my birth story. So stay tuned. Mm, mm, mm. I know I always be jamming to our music. It's so catchy, isn't it? Okay, so anyways, guys, welcome back to the channel again. It's your girl Kaduce, and tonight we're gonna be talking about my birth story. So I felt like I was pregnant like for forever, y'all. Like seriously, like but actually at the end it came down to the wire and it got a little bit faster. So I actually had a history of preeclampsia with Leia, my second child, and I had to have an emergency C-section with her. So I go to the doctors like when I was like 32 weeks, and my blood pressure keeps going up and up and up and up. And finally, I went into the hospital because I thought I was in labor and I was having these contractions, and they're like, okay, we can't let you go past 37 weeks. Your blood pressure is way too high. You're going to have to get induced again. Y'all was like, no, not the Pitocin. My body does not, I already knew my body did not respond well to Pitocin, y'all. Like, it was bad like the first time. So, man, I was just like so disappointed. But then I was also kind of relieved because I was like, I know I'm not going to go past 37 weeks because y'all, as my family, I know I was annoying. I was in pain. Like my back was so bad throughout the last weeks of my pregnancy. I had to stop going to work early, y'all. All of that because man, Ezra was just being on one in there, causing his mama some trouble. But anyway, so I did get induced October 7th. It was on a Friday. So the morning that we were supposed to go, they called me and was like, we can't have you come in because a whole lot of waves came in to deliver, so you're gonna have to wait. I was like, are you serious? I seriously thought I was gonna get pushed another day, but thankfully I didn't. They called me and was like, okay, you can actually no, I called them. Correction, wait. I was like, let me call them because why are they scheduling me a freaking what is it called? An inducement and an induction. And then they're gonna be like, oh, never mind, you can't come in. Like, wouldn't you have scheduled like a place for me to go if you were having an induction and having a nurse on staff that was gonna be just committed to me? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I have no idea. I thought that was pretty janky. And it was a hospital that I did not want to go to, honestly. So I went to St. Luke's, and I usually go to the one that's closer to my house, which is up north. But I know my doctor. He's hilarious. I love him. He's so funny. And then I had to go down there because I was attempting a VBAC. So if you guys and whoever is trolling in my comments, like, go somewhere. Bye-bye. That's nasty. Nobody wants that. So please leave. Anyways, I had to go to the downtown Inc. So I live in Kansas City. I had to go to the downtown one where like all the people down there go. Actually, the women down there, I had to deal with some of the women, like the women nurses and women doctors down there. And I usually don't like women doctors. Honestly, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Sorry. I'd rather have a man doctor. That's just my preference because I've had bad experiences with women doctors. You know how us women can be a little mouthy. Anyways, but they were actually super nice. I actually appreciated them. Like, shout out to my nurse. Shout out to my nurse, Sean. She was so amazing. It's so funny because she was my second shift nurse, but she was the one that actually took care of me the entire time. She was so amazing. Like, she helped me so much, you guys. Like, I truly appreciated her help. Like, seriously. Um, so we end up going to the hospital at 3 o'clock. We get down there, and for the first 2 hours, I'm just like kind of chilling because they're like, "Oh, we got to get the doctor." It was like almost during a shift change. They're like, "We got to get the doctor to come in and look at you." And so I actually knew the doctor that came in because she was the same doctor that was on staff when I went in for my scare. Because y'all, if y'all didn't see, I tried to induce my own labor, y'all. I did that nasty midwife's brew, and it was trifling, so trifling. Like, I know I did it twice because I was like, seriously, I was like not trying to have the Pitocin. But again, they say if the baby's not ready to come, they're not ready to come. So I guess that was the case with Ezra, and that's my baby boy's name. Um, so when we get down there, the doctor checks me and she's like, "Oh, you're only a half centimeter. You're still the same." Because when I had came in before, I was already a half centimeter. So it had been a whole week, and y'all, I was having contractions after contractions. I was bending over, so doing my forward leaning. I was walking up and down the stairs. I was standing up a lot. I was trying to do everything to make sure that my cervix was going to ripen and open. Y'all, I was eating dates every single day, and dates are nasty by themselves. Okay, if they have something, you mix it with something, they're cool. And you know what? Some girl I was watching on YouTube was like, they look like cockroaches. And they actually do kind of look like cockroaches, y'all. So, yeah, it was nasty. But I still did it. And I was drinking my red raspberry leaf tea every single day. Y'all, I was doing the most. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I was doing the absolute most because I was trying to have like the smoothest labor. I have been desiring to have a natural, well, not a vaginal delivery without an epidural. I had a bad reaction to both the epidurals I've had before in the past, and I had the same thing again this time. Spoiler alert. I just spoiled my own story. But anyways, guys, yeah. So we get down there, and someone said I like dates. I mean, wine is a girl's best friend. I like dates too, but not by themselves. Like, these were like the big chunky nasty ones, and and being pregnant and eating that was just, it was so bad. It was because when I was vegan, y'all, I used to make these date treats or whatever. But okay, let me get back on point. Okay, so anyway, so the doctor checks me. She's like, "Oh, you're only a half a centimeter." So, and I couldn't have Cervidil or anything that would like ripen my cervix medically because I had had a previous C-section, and my previous C-section was 20 months ago. So they couldn't give me Cervidil, which is like the pill they put up in your vagina to help ripen and soften your cervix. I couldn't have that because I didn't want it to actually sit on the scar on my uterus and ripen that, and then I could have a uterine rupture. And nobody wanted that. That's super dangerous. So what they started me out with was the Foley bulb. Foley bulb is literally a Foley tube. So like they use them for catheters and stuff, but they can also use them to ripen your cervix. So what it manually does, they put the Cervidil up there, and it's like the size of my finger the tube is, and they stick it all the way up into your uterus. And mind you, mine was only a half a centimeter open. It took them forever to get that thing up there. And no drugs, nothing. I was just sitting there in pain like for a good 35 minutes. And it was bad. They had to like bring the lights down and everything to try to get that thing up there. It was it was bad. But they put that up there, and then they fill it with saline. So there's like a little bubble in it, and it will like help manually open your cervix. And they usually get you to about a 3 or a 4 by itself without any Pitocin. So that's what they did first. So yeah, it was bad. So I'm gonna show you guys like videos, and some of my videos don't have sound because my sister was actually screen recording while we were on Messenger Facebook. So some of them don't have sound, but I'll kind of explain what was going on during the time. So, but this one, I think, no, this one doesn't have sound, or maybe it does. I don't remember. Okay, yeah, this one doesn't have sound. So this is at the end of them actually putting the Foley bulb up into my vagina. You can see like my hands like this. I'm like, oh my God, hurry up. I've been sitting there, y'all, for like literally 30 minutes, and they are just kept trying to get it up there. They almost gave up, honestly. It was just gonna like start me on Pitocin right away, and I was like, no, 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 no. We're not starting out with just Pitocin right away. Like, I can't have that right away. And whenever we do get Pitocin started, I want to know how much it is. I literally have my thing right beside my bed, like my like the little thing that has like your saline and your Pitocin dosage or whatever. I literally had it right by my bed because I wanted to know what y'all are pressing. Because y'all ain't about to just come in here and go boop, boop, boop on me. No, no, no. They did that to me last time. And y'all, I got all the way up to a 17. They can only give you 20. And it comes out per minute or something. And they got me all the way up to a 17 last time. And I was like, ooh, that pain was awful, y'all. So yeah, so here's just me in the bathroom. Sorry, TMI. There's a toilet just for the folks in the room who don't like toilets. There's a toilet in this video, so close your eyes, but still listen. Y'all, I'm in the bathroom. Yeah, TMI. Sorry, the toilet. Look at you, girl. I just got the Foley bulb in, and it took them forever to do it. And oh my gosh, I was like being a trooper through it, because like they even said like, dang girl, you got a high pain tolerance, because it took them a while. But I'm starting to get some contractions now, which is good. So yeah, they got it finally up there, and I was like, immediately, I was like, I have to pee, because like they were shoving stuff like all, around my bladder and everything. And I had been sitting there, and one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I was doing was keeping my bladder empty, but I was still drinking hella water, because you have to stay hydrated and keep your bladder empty at the same time during labor. It helps your induction, and it helps just your regular labor as well, ladies. So keep that in mind if you're pregnant. So time goes on, and I'm just kind of letting the Foley bulb do its thing. It takes a long time. So I think it took all the way until the next day for them to take it out of me. It was like the next morning where it finally popped out, because like they come in and they like pull it a little bit at a time to see if it's like getting wider. And once it pulls a little bit, it'll widen your cervix more. So here's another video of just me explaining what's going on. I think it was like 11 or something o'clock at night during this video, but yeah, we'll just watch it. Okay, guys, so it is 11:25 in the night. My Foley bulb is still in. She said it still has a little bit more to go, but she does think it's helping me to thin out as well. I had some morphine, and I think that was like at 9. And I slept for a couple hours. I could still feel the contractions, y'all. Let me just tell you right now, if you get that, you're still gonna feel the contractions. It makes them a little less bad, but you still feel them. So like once you get a contraction, you start to wake up, and then you'll go back to sleep, and then you'll wake up again and go back to sleep. They've been coming consistently still every like 4 minutes. The pressure was getting in my back, so I'm actually using my own heating pad that I bought home, because I'm still laying down. I just want to conserve as much energy as I can, because once the Foley bulb comes out and I progress from like a 4 to a 6, you guys know, like that's when like the pain really comes in. So I'm gonna be trying to get up and sit on the toilet and stand a lot during that time, because standing actually helps me when I'm in like the real pain, like swaying. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm getting a contraction right now. Like you can still feel them. That doesn't take it away. It's not like the epidural. Ooh.
And that's what I've been trying to do, is just breathe through them. I'm trying to remind myself to relax and not tense, not let my shoulders go up. That's what I've been trying to do. To remember to relax, not let my shoulders go up, let them flow, like the breath that I'm taking in and I'm breathing out just flow down to my vagina. Seriously, y'all. Those low moans really help, me at least. And just making sure that I'm breathing down. That's what I've been trying to do. Sometimes when you breathe down, you can like push your stomach out, and that'll help breathe the baby down even further. So I've been trying to do that. So yeah, I'm just checking in. Still no baby. Been here since 3. Didn't really get anything done until like 5. The Foley bulb went in at 6:15ish. So I've had it in for a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours now. She said sometimes it just takes longer, and which is fine. Like, I'm just like, because it's giving me the time just to rest and really like get my head into the game, you know. So, because after 6 centimeters, you can't have any more morphine. So, yeah. But I'm just checking in, guys.
Okay, y'all. So Ezra just woke up. So I'm gonna play another video. I'll be right back.
Okay, guys. So it is 11:25 in the night. My Foley bulb is still in. She said it still has a little bit more to go, but she does think it's helping me to thin out as well. I had some morphine, and I think that was like at 9, and I slept for a couple hours.
Oops, that was the same video. Sorry, guys. Had to go pick the baby up. He just kind of woke up. So, anyways, so yeah, as you can see, like I said in the video, like I had that in for a long time. They didn't end up taking it out until the next day. So the next morning, it didn't come out. And at that point, like when they did take it out, I was 3.5. It got me to 3.5. So after they took it out, that's when they started the Pitocin. And y'all, they started it. So they were doing it one at a time. Like I told them, like, please, I only want it like one at a time. Like, please don't come in here and bump it up to 2 at a time. Like, I just want it one at a time. And just please just bear with me, because I was like, my last reaction to it was, y'all, it was bad. When people say like the contractions are worse, it legit is worse. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, y'all, it's worse. So here's a video of me just starting to get contractions. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch it.
I got some fluids. That's the oxytocin, Pitocin. I'm getting. This thing is not picking up my contractions well. She said that sometimes happens. So, hold on, I'm getting one right now. Oh my god. I'm standing up. Stop! You're not funny. Oh, my husband's trying to make me laugh while I'm having a contraction. I'm standing up right now. Oh my gosh. Stop, babe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. Ooh. Seriously, turn it off, Fred. Seriously, turn it off. Ooh. I'm having a really bad contraction and he's trying to make me laugh. Oh my gosh. Oh, you freaking jerk off.
Okay, yeah. So during my contractions, my husband was goofing it off and playing some videos, and I don't know, the guy was like Indian. I don't know, y'all. I'm not even gonna say what it was. It was just stupid, and yeah, laughing while you're having a contraction is not fun at all. So just fair warning. If you have a silly husband or partner or whatever, like, yeah, tell them to stop. I literally was so mad. After I was laughing during that point, but after that fact, y'all, I was mad. I was like, okay, that really did hurt when I was laughing. So really, please stop. So anyways, I started getting contractions. As you guys can see in that video, I was up to a 4 at that point. That was, I think, around 8 or 9 in the morning. I was keeping it dark in my room on purpose because I wanted to relax. I wanted the lights to be down to like help produce melatonin, because they said that melatonin actually helps during labor. I didn't know that. I actually seen that on a video. So yeah, I was keeping it pretty dark until I had to have the light on during like more time. So at this point, you could see that I was standing up. I did not want to be sitting in the bed the entire time. At the beginning, I was resting. I was like, okay, while this Foley bulb's in, I'm gonna rest, and I'm gonna just try to conserve all the energy that I have, because I know that I'm gonna be here. It's gonna be at least 24 hours before I have a baby, which I ended up having my son at 8 o'clock on Saturday, so it was more than 24 hours. So anyways, here's a video of me just standing up and during some of those contractions. Like I said, some of these videos don't have sound, so I'll just kind of like talk through it or whatever and show you guys, tell you guys what was happening during that point. So yeah, there's me. I'm standing up. I have like the little peanut ball, and I'm just like doing my little sways because it helps me. As you guys can see in the background, if you look closely, you can see where my contractions are at. So I think I'm at like a 10 on Pitocin at this point. My contractions were hitting like the brim of that little machine back there, and I'll show you guys a picture of it. They were so bad, so fast after they bumped up the Pitocin. I think after they got to like 6 or 7, oh my god, them contractions were bad. Like I was like really struggling, like but in between they were actually not as bad, because like with my daughter Leia, they were so bad in between, like I couldn't even breathe in between. It was like so bad with her, but I'm actually coping better because I had better coping skills this time. I watched a lot of YouTube videos about how to cope. Bridget Taylor was one of my favorite ones. You guys can check her out on YouTube. She has awesome videos on how to cope with labor pain, and I watched a lot of her videos. So yeah, you can see I'm just swaying back and forth, trying to breathe through those contractions. They were so bad, you guys. But they were coming like every 2 or 3 minutes at this point, I think. Yeah, every 2 or 3 minutes. Some of them were back to back. I would have like one, and then I would have another one another minute away, and then I would have like a 2 little minute break. So you guys can see in the background on the screen, the bottom part is my contractions. The top part on the screen is the baby's heart rate. And if you can kind of tell at the top, his heart rate was dropping when I was having contractions. So they were really, really looking at me for a while, because his heart rate started to drop a little bit when I was having contractions during the day. So during the next day, they were like, okay, we're going to keep monitoring you and looking at the baby while you're having these contractions, because we want to make sure he's okay. And his heart rate wasn't, at first, his heart rate wasn't dropping to the point where we're like, oh, we have to get you into surgery right now. But it was dropping at that point, if you guys can see in the background. And I'll show you guys a picture. I think I have a picture of that. Let me see. Maybe. What is this one? So yeah, you can see where I'm having the contraction, the little dip at the top. So the one at the bottom is the contraction, the big hill. And then the little dip, like right when I'm having those contractions, was his heart rate. So they were really keeping an eye on me during that point. Yeah, looks painful. Yeah. Oh my gosh, more than painful. Like when they say when you're in labor, it's like close to death, girl, let me tell you, they ain't lying. They ain't lying. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of videos of me different positions. So I did the standing up because my nurse, she's like, let's just keep switching positions to help you. That's why I said she was so awesome. She was such a good help to me. She was rubbing my back, all sorts of stuff. She was awesome. So the next one, I'm just like on all fours in the bed, and I was like staying in these positions like 10, 15 minutes at a time. She was, I don't even know what she was doing right there, honestly. I think she might have been, oh yeah, she was moving the monitor, the baby monitor, because he kept, so they ended up having to put the monitor on the inside of, like in my vagina. They had to put the heart monitor on his head because they kept losing his heart, and they were really trying to make sure they were keeping track of his heart rate because, like I said, when I was having contractions, his heart rate was dropping a little bit. So they really wanted to make sure that they were keeping an eye on that. So you can see I'm like on all fours on the bed, still having contractions. I'm actually talking to my sisters because, like I said, we were on Messenger during this time. So I was like talking to them. They were keeping me occupied, which actually helped because the first time around, I didn't even think to do that. Like, and it was really COVID. I had my daughter in 2020. So that was like real COVID time or whatever, where they were like really strict. And I didn't even think to have my phone out and talk to my family during that time, which I really should have because it actually really helped. So if you have people that you want to talk to during your labor, I suggest like you guys get on Zoom, Messenger, something, and it will really help keep you preoccupied because a lot of the hospitals still have like the little rules where you can only have one or two people with you. So, but yeah, I'm just talking to my sisters there on all fours. So again, this is all the next day. So things started to take a turn. I think it was around 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock the next day, the same day, like after I had originally got induced, my son's heart rate was significantly dropping during those contractions. Like you could see, like I had the big hill for my contractions, and he had a big hill for going down for his heart rate. His heart rate started to drop scary. And you guys, I was so headstrong. I was like, the doctor came in, she's like, okay, you see how his heart rate is dropping. I'm gonna have to go get my head doctor. So it was a man, and he came in, he told me, he's like, I think the baby's cord is wrapped around his neck. She's like, this is what it's indicating because his heart rate is just dropping so badly as you're having those contractions. He's like, I think what's happening is like whenever you're having a contraction and it's pushing the baby down, but his cord is wrapped around his neck, it's like he's kind of getting yo-yoed and it's like choking him as I'm having a contraction. And I was like, what the? I was so scared. But at the same time, my stubbornness, like I was like, okay, well, can we just monitor him a little bit more? He's like, I think you need to go in and have a C-section. He's like, I think we should do it like now. He's like, you got to get the epidural. We'll have to call the anesthesiologist, get him up here to give you the epidural. And I was like, no, I don't want an epidural. I don't want to have a C-section. I was legit crying, y'all. I'm not lying. I was so headstrong to have this child vaginally. Y'all, I did not want to go through the hell of another C-section. My first C-section was so bad. So I'm like, please give me another hour. Help. Let me just see how the baby reacts. So he's like, okay, it's up to you. And we can't force you to do anything. I was like, okay. So another hour goes, y'all. I'm still there. My nurse is like literally just helping me get into different positions. She's like, well, maybe we can get him on loose or move him around or something. If they think that is what's really going on. So again, I'm just moving around, trying different positions, standing up again, and they're just kind of like, this is when the doctor comes in. As you guys, I'm still having like these bad contractions. I'm only to a 5 centimeters at this point. Like the Pitocin, I think was up to like a 10 because I think that's the highest it went with me this time around. I think it was a 10. Yeah, it was either a 10 or 11. No, or it might have been 13. I don't know. So that's the doctor in the background. Not her. That was Sean. Shout out to Sean again. She was so awesome. She was helping me so much. That's the doctor. And she's like, okay, you had another hour. I'm gonna go get the head doctor again just to talk to you again. I'm like, okay. I'm getting mad. Like, honestly, I'm like, what is going on? Why is this baby not wanting to come? Why is this happening to me? I'm like in between, like when they're coming in, I'm like praying to God, like, Lord, please, I want my child to be born safely, keep him safe. As I'm making this decision, I really want to have this baby vaginally. This entire pregnancy, I've been praying, let me have vaginal birth, Father, please. let it be smooth, all of that, all of those things. And yeah, so they're checking me again to see if I progressed. Because this is what I'm like telling them. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's check to see if I progress some. I'm still out of 5. I was out of 5 for like 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, I was out of 5. Because I was out of 4 for a long time too. And she's like, okay, let's check to see if you progress. And then you can decide if you want to go ahead and go in for the C-section. Because again, guys, his heart rate was still dropping. It wasn't getting better. And that's when I was like, okay, I think I'm going to have the epidural and get a C-section. I really, really did not want to have to do that. So she checks and she's like, okay, no, girl, you're still the same. I had it effaced a little bit more, which that means my cervix thinned out a little bit more, but my dilation was still out of 5. So at that point, I just prayed and I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and do this C-section because his heart rate just kept dropping more and more. And it was getting scary at that point. I was like, I'm not going to lose my child because I want to be stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we go in for the C-section, which of course I can bring my camera in there. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to feed the baby. He's like half asleep. I go into the C-section, so they do the epidural. This time I had a guy that actually knew what the hell he was doing because I had 2 epidurals where they tried multiple times and it didn't work. This man actually did it right. Like, it only took him 1 time to do it. He called in for help because I have like a little weird curvature in my spine, but they still were able to get it in. And I was relieved at that point because I stopped having the contractions. But y'all, during the time I'm getting the epidural, I'm still having contractions. I'm literally like gripping the back of my husband's. My husband's like standing right in front of me. I'm on the bed and I'm like clawing into his shoulders as they're giving me this epidural because I'm still having contractions. I can still feel it. Plus, I can feel them doing like the whole thing with the epidural, and it was like so bad. But once I got it, of course, I'm relieved. I can't feel anything anymore. But then they're rolling me down to the C-section, and I'm like, Lord, please. I don't know. I had like a bad feeling about my C-section. I don't know what it was. I had a good feeling, but then I had a bad feeling at the same time. You guys, I'm like shaking so bad. They had to put like multiple pillows around my neck because my neck was like tensing up during the time of the C-section. Like my husband trying to hold my hand. He's trying to like tell me it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. I'm having another C-section. Y'all, I was freaking out in there. I was like, I don't want to die. Like legit. I thought that that's what was gonna happen. I was like praying, like, Father, keep me, and all sorts of stuff, y'all. My head was going everywhere. And I was like, I just want my baby to be safe. I want him to be born alive. So they're in there, and it takes them a while to get to the baby because I'm shaking so bad, like uncontrollably, you guys. Like, they had to have people hold me down and everything. Like, my body just was like, just reacting. Like, I was freaking out. I was literally freaking out because hold on and quit using your hands. My mom just wrote, hold on and quit using your hands in the chat. Okay. Anyways, I was freaking out. They had to like multiple people hold me down. It took them a while to get to the baby because I had some, what is that, scar tissue from my first C-section. And they get in there and they're like, yep. They had to pull him out of my birth canal, first off, because he was already down there. He was already making his descent. And the cord was wrapped around his neck 3 times. So, like the doctor said, he was right. The baby, as I was having a contraction, the baby's going down, but the cord's yo-yoing him back up. Because, of course, the placenta's still in place as you're having the baby. But the cord was wrapped around his neck 3 times. So the baby was literally getting choked on his way down my birth canal, which is like the scariest thing ever. And I just like praise God that, one, I didn't wait another hour after they checked me again because I was really being stubborn, and that was like really bad of me. Thankfully, my child was born safely, and 2, that the doctors that I had were so efficient and took care of me even during that time during the C-section where I was like shaking uncontrollably. it was bad when I was in that C-section. But they get the baby out, and he pops out, and my baby boy, he's just cute. He was 6 pounds, 1 ounce. He cried right away after they got which was like such a relief. Like they didn't have to like give him air or anything, which is all because of the Most High, y'all, for real. That was all God. That once they unwrapped the cord from around his neck, he actually cried. He didn't have to get air or anything. After that whole traumatic experience, this poor child was getting choked on his way out, and he didn't have to have any air. That was all God, like seriously. I was so relieved. Me and my husband were like crying and like just like relieved that it was over. And then it took them almost an hour, you guys. It took them like 15 minutes to get to the baby. It took them almost an hour to sew me back up. And when I tell you my recovery this time around was 10 times worse. Oh my gosh. One, because I was heavier than I was the first time, which, hey, I'm down 19 pounds, and that's after the baby was born. I'm counting my weight after the baby was born, not before the baby was born. I'm counting my weight after the baby was born, and I'm down 19 pounds. All praise to the Most High. Y'all, when I said I wasn't going to be this fat ever again, I meant that, like, for real. Y'all, seriously, like, I was, no, because my weight, I think, really contributed to the fact that I had to have another C-section, and I was like, and plus, I was in so much pain this pregnancy. I was like, no, I'm never being this weight again. I don't really plan on having more kids, but I'm just saying, like, I don't ever want to be this weight again. But anyways, yeah, all praises to the Most High. The baby was born safely. He didn't have to have air afterwards. They took an hour to sew me back up. My recovery was hell, y'all. Straight hell. Like, so much pain. And I got a seroma. If you guys don't know what that is, it's when fluid builds up around your scar, your C-section scar, and it made my stomach look humongous. It was filled with so much fluid. It was like this pocket of fluid, like this big, you guys. I'm not exaggerating. This big. And it literally looked like I got like stung by 1,000 wasps on my stomach. It was so gross. But anyways, guys, yep, that's my birth story. Baby boy is here. He is over a month old. He's about 6 weeks old now. All praise to the Most High. Again, like, I'm not going to stop praising God, because it was only by his power and his authority that my child was born safely and didn't have to go to the NICU after he was being choked for hours on end, which, again, all praises to God. He's alive. And he didn't have to have air, and he has no issues. He's hitting all of his milestones so far. He's growing. He's already gained 3 pounds thanks to breast milk. Ladies, I suggest breastfeeding. It's natural. It's the best thing for your kids. And here's my little chunk. Here's a little patcher. I love you. He's so cute, my baby. His name's Ezra Marcus. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. My mom said, "Where's the baby?" He's in my arms right now. He just fell back asleep. But yeah, that's my baby. And I'm so glad that he's here. We're so blessed and thankful that he got here safely, guys. But anyways, I still would try. Like, if you guys ask me, would I try to attempt another VBAC if I did get pregnant again? I absolutely would. I don't like having C-sections. It might work for some women. It's just not for me. But I would definitely, hopefully, if I ever did get pregnant again, which again, I don't plan on to, I would be at a better weight where hopefully my blood pressure wouldn't be a thing. Because I don't have high blood pressure outside of pregnancy. But again, I was like way bigger than what I was with Leia, because I never lost my baby weight with Leia. I was starting to lose my baby weight when I got pregnant again. So same thing that happened with Leia. When I got pregnant with Leia, I was losing weight, and then I got pregnant. So like I said, like I would absolutely try again. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying. And TOLAC means like attempt to something. It's like attempt to vaginal birth or whatever. I don't know why they call it TOLAC, but yeah. So anyways, guys, that's my birth story, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope there was lots of information. And ladies, like I said, don't give up. If you have had a prior C-section and you want to have a vaginal birth, definitely try. Like they told me there was a 38% chance because they like have this like computer where they put all your information in and they can help you decide if you want to attempt a VBAC. I said as long as there was a 1% chance, I was trying because I wanted to have my baby vaginally, and I still desire to have a vaginal birth naturally, but you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm having any more kids. That's up to the Most High. But anyways, thank you guys for coming and sharing this time with me. Again, thank you guys for all of your support. K family, you guys are awesome. Make sure you guys check out Ken, the storyteller. Check her out on YouTube. You know, Ken's my road dog, my sis, my girl. Check her out on Facebook and on Instagram at Ken the Storyteller. You can also check me out on Instagram at Kaduce_DDOK. And we also have a Instagram page. And we also have a Facebook page. Make sure you guys check us out. Like I said before in our last video, I'm bad at keeping track of that. I might have to hire someone for that because, like, yeah, your girl ain't got time. Your girl ain't got time. Yes, praise the Most High for you and for Ezra safely. Yes, thank you so much, JW Mac. Appreciate that because yes, we both got through it. And again, I praise God because my child didn't have to go to the NICU. He didn't have to get no air. He's perfect, absolutely perfect, and I am so glad about that. I think we have another comment. Oh, someone said, "Oh, wine is girl's best friend." Said, "Take care, K family." Yes, absolutely. Take care, guys. I love you guys, and hopefully me and Kim will be back with another video soon. We will see you guys in a little bit, and bye, K family. Oh, and cheers to my new baby. I got me some real wine in there, y'all. I can drink again. Cheers to my new baby, and bye, K family. Have a good night.